I'm the Lonely Necron, and welcome to my basement. One of the great many things that I love about the Warhammer 40k tabletop is that if I have a question, I can just go to the shelf and find out the answer. I had a question a while back about which of my fast attacks at the time was, the fastest. Had some interesting questions about the Necrons over the last year or so. So, I was wondering the other day if all of my scarabs could take out the Knight Castellan. And I was like, well, that sounds like it'd be an interesting video. Let's try that. So that's what we're going to do. This is my Noctilus crown. I've had it a really long time, and it's only about half painted. Like the front side here is mostly done. And I guess the back side's semi-done, but all of that stuff. I hope to finish it someday. Someday I'll finish it. Alright, so from the little green dinosaur to just where that Knight Castellan is, I'm back to here. Just a little 4x4 open area. I have two groups of 8, a group of 9, and a group of 3 scarab swarms. And then the Knight Castellan with all of his stock weapons and whatnot. Should be an interesting game. Should be a semi-short game, really, depending on how well this guy can shoot. History has shown me that this guy can't really shoot for shit. Although in the Battle of 14 Factions, he did take out the Chaos Knight pretty early, so maybe he'll do so against the Necrons. Unfortunately for these guys, they're going into this at a hella huge disadvantage. I mean, they've got 4 wounds, but they're only 3 toughness. And because they're only 3 strengths, they can only actually wound them on their auto wound on a 6 hit rule thing. So yeah, it might actually be difficult to kill it. We'll see how it goes. Alright, well, the scarabs have won the roll. Alright, well, we'll start with the scarabs first then, for movement. So, all the scarabs have done is advanced as far as they can go. They got no guns, the poor little bastards. All they have are their little feeder mandibles, so that'll make it to Castellan's turn. Not sure if he's going to move yet or not. I guess we'll see. Yeah, no, I don't think he's going to move. He can just definitely shoot those things as they approach him. So, yeah, Castellan's shooting. The Knight Castellan is definitely making a good start here. So he did the decimator cannon thing. The plasma decimator. Did the plasma decimator, supercharged it. Killed off 2 of these guys in the back here from the big squad of 9. That was kind of terrible. The twin siegebreaker cannon killed off a couple of these guys, but one of them actually managed to reanimate. The volcano lance wiped out the 3 that were in the middle. Crazy stuff. No charges on that side, so back to the scarab side. They'll regain a wound and then just advance closer again. Alright, well they got better advance rolls that time. Definitely a lot closer now. Still a decent ways to go. Knight Castellan's turn. So once again, he's just not going to move, but he will shoot indeed. So did a little bit better. Well, I'm not going to say he did a little bit better this time, but he focused entirely on the unit in the back. Killed 3 of them, wounded another one. But these guys are getting closer. Maybe another round or 2 and they might actually be close enough to charge. It is their turn. Alright, well, they're definitely close enough that at least two of them will be able to charge next turn, assuming they survive this round of shooting. Alright, so the castellan's not going to move again. He's just going to shoot everything he has, probably into these front two groups here. I don't know. Things are looking kind of bad for the scarabs right at the moment. Alright, so he pretty much dumped everything he had into the group of 8 that was here. He did manage to kill like 5 of them, but because of the wonders of 9th edition reanimation, where every Necron has reanimation, 2 of the scarabs managed to come back. It was super awesome. It super helps that they have 4 wounds. I don't know, I guess 9th edition reanimation is better than 8th edition, I think. I don't know what you guys do in 10th, but it's probably not as awesome as it was in 9th. Alright, either way, it is the scarab's turn. So, probably going to do a regular move and a charge and a fight phase. Going to be weird since all they've done is advance so far. So we'll deal with movement first. Alright, so the 2 groups without wounds just moved forward. The wounded group advanced forward. So the 2 that moved are going to charge into the Knight Castellan, and we're going to start some melee combat. We'll see if the ones that manage to survive this far can actually do any sort of damage to it at all. Okay, so he took a whole lot of damage in the Overwatch phase because I supercharged the Plasma Decimator. And although it did indeed kill 2 of the scarabs, he took about 6 damage because I rolled really, really badly on that. So the small group of scarabs didn't do anything at all to him. The group of 7 over there did a couple points of damage to him, but so far he's done more damage to himself than they have. He did manage to Titanic Feet stomp 2 of the smaller group. So there's that as well. That all being said, it's his turn, so he's finally going to move and fall back. Not entirely sure if you can call it falling back if he's just moving forward out of engagement range. I mean, it's still technically falling back, but movement-wise, that's not what he did. Yeah, he fell back. He fell forward? He fell forward. So that'll make it the shooting phase. Alright, well, he's definitely killing scarabs. He killed the single one with the volcano lance. He killed the group of 4 with the, what was that thing? The twin siegebreaker cannon and the plasma decimator that I keep on supercharging because he's got enough health, it doesn't matter. He took 2 damage from it, but he killed a couple of them. And then the twin melting gun killed off one of these guys. Alright, so let's break the tradition and just have him charge into the scarabs and try and stomp them to death. Maybe that's why I don't charge with this guy. He pretty much failed all of his wound rolls. Didn't do any damage. So yeah. They managed to do a couple of points of damage back to him. It was super surprising. That would make it the scarab's turn. They're just going to stay in combat and fight this guy. So we'll see if they can chip him down. Looking back on it, I'm not entirely sure if the exchange just now is worth it. Did 1 point of damage to the knight. He killed 3 of the scarabs. One of them actually managed to reanimate. I'm super impressed at how well the reanimation has been going in this game. Alright, well, that makes it the castellan's turn. He's just gonna actually fall back and then shoot. He did indeed fall back. He did indeed shoot. Plasma Decimator actually, for once, didn't hurt himself. Super surprised by that. Didn't kill anything, but did hurt himself. Did manage to kill them off with the siege breaker, I think it is. That's kind of nice. So on flat terrain with nothing to bother them, scarabs cannot take a night. So I'm glad I asked myself this question. I'm glad I had the miniatures to be able to find out. So at some point in the future, I'll probably redo this. Well, not really redo it, but I'll make another video along these lines. But I'll have terrain, probably city terrain, so that there's more tight, turns and whatnot. Less sightline for the night instead of having 4 feet of uninterrupted view. That's probably a couple months away though. If you made it to the end of the video, I do appreciate it, especially on these little silly ones where I'm just curious about something. I mean, if you guys are ever curious about things and you don't have the models for it and you think that maybe I do, let me know. I'll totally be willing to try it out. I mean, I did have an HQ like battle royale where someone new came in every turn, so I'm always up for experimentation. Again, thank you and have a wonderful day.